welcome back to my channel. So today's video is going to be my November favorites. Before we get into the video, I just want to say quick that this video is going to be very echoey. My entire house is getting remodeled except my basement, so my boyfriend and I had to move into my basement. There's no carpet in the room that I'm filming in right now. I'm literally sitting on the floor on a rug in this big huge room that has wood floor, so it's really loud and echoey. And if there's any background noises like my dogs or my boyfriend and his friends, just please try to ignore that. I'm going to try and cut everything out if there is any other noises. Also, the lighting is ridiculous. I'm looking at my viewfinder right now and I look completely washed out and pale, and I'm actually pretty tan right now. So I don't know what's going on with the lighting, but I'm going to try and fix everything. So just bear with me until I try and get everything in order again. But anyways, I just have a bunch of new stuff that I wanted to show you guys that I've been loving this past month. So if you want to know everything that I have, then just keep watching. Okay, so the first things that I've been absolutely obsessed with are the new Makeup Forever Pro Light Fusion highlighters. I have both the shades 02 and 01. 02 is the more golden bronzy one, and then 01 is the more paler pink one. I like this one more. Normally people with darker skin tones go for the more golden bronzy highlighters, but I personally like the way they look on me better than anything that's like kind of pink. I'm gonna swatch the pink one first, and then I'll swatch the gold one. So this one is just like a true gold color. The formula of it, I don't know if it's baked or what it is, but it kind of feels like the Laura Geller baked highlighters, the way that they feel when you swatch them. Like they kind of feel powdery, but when they're on your face, they are so stunning. I think that I just have to play around with this one a little bit more, and I feel like I will like it a little bit more. I just don't like anything that's like too bright, but I feel like this one would just look so pretty on every skin tone unless you're like very pale. The next thing I have is the Huda Beauty Textured Rose Gold Edition palette. So I ordered this online when there was the Sephora 20% off sale going on. So this is a textured palette. So when I ordered it online, I didn't get to swatch anything. And when I played around with it, I was really confused because I didn't really read the fact that it was textured. It's almost just like a pressed pigment. I don't know what the correct term is, but all of these shades right here are very rough and textured, and they do not work with a brush. But I was using it in a tutorial and I used my brush. I used Trust Fund on a brush and it was terrible. And then later on I was like, maybe these aren't supposed to be used with a brush, so I used my finger and it is just beautiful. I'm gonna swatch Trust Fund right here and then Rose Gold right next to it. So as you can see, they're extremely metallic and they're just such gorgeous colors. My favorite part about the palette is all of these matte shades. These are some of the most pigmented matte eyeshadows that I've ever tried. These two and this one right here are my absolute favorite. This black is very pigmented. This palette was a little bit more expensive. I think it was like $65, but I did get it 20% off. Otherwise, I don't know if I would spend that much on it because that is pretty pricey for an eyeshadow palette. But I totally understand why they did price it at that, because you never really see anything with actual textured eyeshadows. This is the first time I've ever seen it in a palette like this. Next I have another palette, but this is a highlighter palette, and this is it from Stila. This is the Starlight Star Bright Highlighting Palette. Ooh, not trying to blind you. So I also got this one online and I thought it was powders, and then I got it and they're not powders. I don't know what they are. They're kind of like, I don't know if I would call them a cream. My favorite two in this are these two right here. This purple one is just so unique. I like to apply these with my fingers. I just like rub it around and then I'll tap it on my cheekbone. So they just feel very silky and just so nice on the skin. And then this next shade in here is just gorgeous. It's kind of like a taupey beige color, and then it reflects a lighter shimmery gold color. This one is the third color in there. I haven't used this one yet because I do feel like this one is a little bit too dark for me, and it's kind of cool because they're like cushions. Like when you press in it, when you press on them, you can like leave a fingerprint in them. So that's what I was trying to explain, how they're not like a cream, but they're not a powder. The next thing I have is another thing from Stila, and this is not new at all, but it's kind of new to me, and it's the Stila Stay Waterproof Liquid Liner. So I've been using this in a few of my tutorials lately. I was so stuck on my Sephora, I don't remember what it's called, but it's just the Sephora liquid eyeliner, and it comes in like a triangle tube kind of. I used that religiously for like 2 years. I never even touched another eyeliner, and when I did, I wouldn't like them. And so it was hard for me to step out of my comfort zone with that, but lately I've just been splurging on different eyeliners just to see if I can step out a little bit and try something new. And this one is by far my favorite. It dries so matte black, and I absolutely love the applicator on it. it's so smooth and it doesn't get caught on my eyelid. You know how sometimes when you're doing a winged eyeliner or any eyeliner and it tugs on your eyelid and then you get that choppy line? This is the only eyeliner besides the Sephora one that didn't do that to me. It's just such a smooth application and it dries so matte black. I feel like it's honestly a little bit easier to draw a wing on because you have more control over it. It's kind of just like you're drawing with a marker. I don't know, I feel like I just had a little bit more control when I use this, and I've been using this every single day. The next thing I have is this Becca Shadow and Light Bronze / Contour Perfector. So it looks like this, and I mainly am just loving this because of the two tones in here, and I feel like they're just the perfect colors for my skin tone. But what I like to do with my brush is start with this shade and then put like a base on, and then go in with the darker shade and do more of a precise contour. I just love these because the shades don't make me look like orange or muddy. It's just like the perfect middle shades, I feel like. Okay, so the last thing I'm going to talk about is something that I actually did not like, and I always hate talking about these things because I feel super bad at talking about them, and I'm not trying to like bash a brand or anything because I mean I say this in every single one of my videos that even if I don't like one product from the brand doesn't mean that I don't like the brand. This brand that I'm going to talk about I absolutely love. I love every single thing from the brand. Sorry, there's like fuzzies in here floating around. God, what is going on? But anyways, I feel like the first time that a brand puts something new out, then they hear like what people think about it and then they fix it and then release it again. So I feel like this is going to happen with this one. Well, I hope so at least because I really wanted to like this. But anyways, this is the Kat Von D Lock-It Setting Powder. You know what? Actually, I don't even know if this is new, now that I think about it. Well, if it's not new, then let me know. But I don't know, I think it was just the first time that I saw it in the store and I got excited about it and I bought it because I'm always looking for new setting powders. I feel like the only two that have ever worked for me are the Laura Mercier and then the RCMA powder. So I get really excited about setting powders, but I have been trying this for like 2 weeks now, trying to make it work, and it's just not working for me. I honestly think that my skin is too dry for it. I don't know what else would be causing it, but the second that it touches my makeup, it instantly looks like an alligator. It looks so crepey and dry, and you can see every little scale, little line in my under eyes, which is just really weird because when I use the RCMA powder, it's like completely smooth. Last night I had my friend over and I put concealer on just like how I normally would do, and I took just even the littlest amount on a brush, the brush that I always use to set my makeup, and I just touched it to my under eye and instantly it was like sucked everything out of my skin. It was just so weird. And she tried it and it wasn't as drying on her, but she doesn't have as dry a skin as I do underneath my eyes, and especially in the winter time, it's a horrible time for my skin. So I'm not going to return this or anything like that. I want to keep it and keep trying it because I have heard amazing reviews on this. I looked on Sephora and I had 4.5 stars, I think, and basically every review was that it was like their holy grail and it was super good. So it really makes me sad that I didn't like it because I love Kat Von D. If you guys have this and have any suggestions for me on how to apply this, then let me know. I tried it with a brush, I tried it with a beauty blender, I tried it with, yeah, that's all I've tried it with. But anyways, yeah, if you have any suggestions for me, then let me know because I really do want to like this. So I think that's all I have to talk about. But if you guys have anything that you've been not liking this month or you have been liking, or any of the same products that I mentioned are the same as your favorites and not so favorites, then let me know because I love hearing what you guys have to say about products. And I always read every single comment that you guys put on my videos. I love reading them. So even if I don't get to reply to every single one of them, I always read them. Just let me know that anything that you've been loving or hating this month. I will see you guys in my next video. Thanks for watching.